Hey everybody, welcome to our live. It's Tuesday, and we are just strutting along as we do every day for our lives. We come to you every day, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, and talk Luminess. So it's all about Luminess. It's our color cosmetics, it's our skincare, it's our airbrush, of course, because that's what you know it's for. And we cover everything. We cover the basics, we cover the kit, how to start, all of that. And plus, you're able to ask questions as we go along. Which, if you ask me, that's pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool, I would say. Good morning, Veronica. How are you? But it really is. I mean, not only do you get to learn about what products we have, but you get to see it being done. If there's stuff that you do want to see, we cover that, you know. So if you're like, hey, I want to know how to do this, or I want to, we will do that. Hello, Veronica, Angela, good to see you. So long. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Marilyn. Good morning, Martin. All right, so we are going to get started. One of my favorite looks that I've been doing lately is the reversed liner, and it's perfect for holiday parties. It's perfect for just some fun. And there's so many different ways that we can do this. And good morning, Debbie. There's a lot of different ways to do it as far as like you're not limited to colors, but it's more of like keeping a nude up here and then the color down there. And I feel like you can play with it a little bit more and have some fun with it versus like maybe you didn't want to do maybe a smoky eye. Hey, Jeannie, good to see you. And thank you so much for my fur babies gifts. That was very, very sweet. They're so cute. Jeannie made these adorable little blankets for my my fur babies. I know they're so cute. What happened to the grunge look? I didn't write it down. That's what happened. But I'm writing it down right now. Where's my pen? Okay. So let's do grunge look tomorrow. Grunge look. Let's do that tomorrow. I wrote down the half face. Marilyn, I think I would have to, with the grunge look, if the grunge look is what I'm envisioning, I might have to tweak it a little so we can like put our spin on it, if that makes sense. But I just wrote it down. It's on a sticky on my calendar. So we will do that tomorrow. And I'll actually pull some photos of some grunge looks so we can post them, like put them up and kind of like, okay, let's look at this and like, what do I like from this? What would I do? So we can we'll trace it up a little bit. So that will be fun. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay. And yes, I'm still talking to my mom about doing a live with me as well. So let's get started. I also want to do, okay, good. Our concealers. I love our concealers. This one is Buff, and this is the one that is my go-to just because it has like a peach undertone. So it helps with the dark circles. It helps, you know, my lids are normally darker, things like that. And so that's why I tend to go for that one. So I'm going to apply just a little bit, just a little bit on my lid. And you can use the thing in here or tap it on. So you can do it light, heavy, it doesn't matter, whatever you need. I do find with these a little bit goes a long way. Good morning, Luminess. Marilyn's like, I'm not into grunge, but I'm just curious. Well, one thing, Marilyn, that I think is good about that is that, you know, there's going to be trends. There's going to be different things that come about. And you might like bits and pieces, but you might not like the whole thing. And so that we can grunge, we can take that and kind of expand on that. And so I think it'll be a good thing to do. All right. The one thing I do have to tell you guys, once you put this on, it does not move. And so even though I went to like both eyes, I probably would do like one eye at a time. Because once it is on, you have to work with it pretty quickly because it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. I am going to powder just a little. Because anytime I use like a cream or texture, something that has some movement to it like this, I want to set it. I want to set it with a powder. And I don't need to do a lot. I mean, I don't even know if you saw any, like I could probably do with the powder that's left on this. Angela, actually, this Luminess is different. She's different. It's a different girl or person. I don't know if it's a girl. But yeah, it is a different Luminess. Ooh. All right, so now I am going to go in. I think I'm going to use let's see. I'm going to use the Nude and Naughty for the first color on my lid, and I can take just a flat eyeshadow brush, and you can do matte or you can do shimmer. Marilyn, I stopped wait, I'm reading. We stopped naming Luminess. But with the powder, if you're oily, if you get oily throughout the day, powdering the entire face before doing airbrush is amazing. Yes. So I do continue to do that. But because I used a traditional concealer, I did powder it so it didn't crease. And so it's a little bit different. But with the color that we're doing on top, it's going to be very neutral. You can use a matte or a shimmer, okay? So I'm going to put the matte on first. Just to show you, it's almost the same color. If I was doing this look and maybe going out just for the day and not an event or not something fun, I'd probably stick with matte. But if we're doing this for holiday, I can use a shimmer. So I'm just going to go on top of that. And I'm using a very neutral shimmer. I'm going to get my up close mirror. I'm going to use the shimmer that I have in my Nude and Naughty. And again, guys, if you don't have this one, miss it out. So I'm going to put that on, and it has some shimmer to it. Now, to keep with the same look, I am going to put the matte on again first. If I was going straight for the look, I wouldn't have to do the matte. I would just go straight in for the shimmer, and it would probably, the shimmer would show up a little bit better probably without putting that first matte color on there. And I'm putting it from eyelash to brow bone. I'm putting it everywhere. Let's go a little bit more here. I feel like I got more on. Okay, now, because we're doing holiday makeup, I am going to go in with the very light shimmer. It's almost white, similar to Halo in our Click and Plays. I mean, we have tons, and I can do it just right there. See how just that little bit, oh, it did something. Like, it's just like, oh, what's that? Hello, what's that over there? So it just kind of pops the eye a little bit more. All right. Now, I'm going to put that away for now. And then now, oh, let me back up by saying, you can do, if you feel like you need something in your crease, you can do like a really soft something like a medium brown right in that crease. I'm not going to do it just because it's something I usually do. And I'm always telling you guys to do something different. And so I'm not going to do it. And again, no reason except for the fact that I normally do put something in my crease. It is also something like if I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do it today. And then I finish the look and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. I can always go back and add that if I feel I need it. Because after as you're doing stuff, you can take a step back, look and see if that's what you're going for. Now, I will tell you with eyes, it's always good to get up to that point and then kind of take a step back. I'm going to do lashes today. So with lashes and my liner, all that, it's going to take my look up. And so and know that it's always easier to go lighter and add more than to go on the heavier side and try to take that away. Okay. So always go light because it's easier to add than remove. All right. So now I'm going to take my brush, didn't put any powder on it. I'm just going to swipe underneath. Now, yesterday we did use Velvet Veil underneath the eyes. Now, because I am going with the traditional concealer, Velvet Veil is not something I could put on under my eyes right now because of the fact it is going to, it doesn't allow a lot of movement. Even the tapping, it doesn't allow it to move around because Velvet Veil just creates like I don't want to say a barrier, but kind of a barrier to the skin. And so that works best when applying airbrush makeup on top of it. What does shimmer do? Shimmer is going to grab your attention. It's going to act like airport runway lights to your face. So shimmer is an attention grabber. I love to sparkle. Think about it that way. So shimmer will draw attention. Matte is going to create depth. Now notice also when I'm doing this traditional concealer, I start here and down a little bit. I don't put it straight underneath my eyes because I am more self-conscious about wrinkles and crinkles. And so I can tap it up there. So majority of it is not getting right underneath my eyes. Does that make sense, guys? So I feel like with shimmer's taking it up. It's kind of taking it up to the next level. Now, if you have some wrinkles and crinkles, you want to be cautious on where you add your shimmer because, again, it will act like airport runway lights and it's going to grab the attention. So instead, if you have like more wrinkles on your wrinkles and crinkles on your eyelid, maybe don't do shimmer there, but maybe you can do shimmer in the brow bone or even right here, or your shimmers here or down the nose. So just watch that going in when applying the shimmer. Hey, Pam, good to see you. So glad you're here. And then, oh, Jeannie also made these cute little pillows. They're like dog-sized pillows. And I put it on their beds with the blanket, and they loved it. My little one got a little feisty because the big one he thought he was going to take them. All right, so let me wipe this off my hands so I don't get it everywhere. So right now, I just have the shimmer on my lids because I am doing a holiday reverse liner. And then I did the concealer underneath. Again, lightly powdering underneath. And another thing you could do, guys, and I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant to show you because remember, there's a lot of things you can do before airbrushing. And so one thing is we could see how nice and highlighted underneath my eyes, how it's just like, oh, I look like, you know, those old movies where when they cut to the woman and she has like that soft, beautiful hue around her. That's what it makes me feel like. And so you can go in and do some highlighting with the concealer before airbrushing. So places that I would want to highlight would be right there. And again, you should do half traditional. Oh, okay. Marilyn, I'm going to write that one. Hold on, I got to write it down. Half traditional, half airbrush. Maybe I'll do like complete airbrush, like even eyes and all that, and then complete traditional. I like it. Keep throwing those good ideas. I love them, guys. Okay, so I did a little bit of highlighting there. I can also go right down my nose. Now, chances are I'm going to put a shimmer there, but I can do that. So I'm going to go in and do a little bit of highlighting here as well. Now, remember that highlighting, it's to draw attention, right? It's to make it stand out. And then contouring, what we learned yesterday, is more about creating that depth and like, you know, giving our face some shape. So one way to do this is to go in and do a little bit of highlighting first. Now, real life. One thing that, yay, southpaws. One thing I will tell you, because like I love watching the women on YouTube and they do all this makeup and they do, but a lot of it is not necessary. A lot of it, they're doing things over and over because maybe they did it and then they put a foundation on and then it wiped it off and then they have to go back and like tweak it a little bit or like intensify. Guys, remember with airbrush makeup, you're not touching your face, right? So when I did the traditional makeup, notice that I don't have demarcation lines. Notice like this is all blended. It's already soft because when I go into airbrush, it's going to blend, but I'm not wiping it off, okay? So that's why when I'm tapping it out, I'm tapping it out so there's no demarcation line and it just fades. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to create more work for you when it's not necessary. So if I went in now, I would go straight to my foundation because I'm already highlighted. Does that make sense? Hello, family. How are you? I hope that makes sense because you have like, I want to look amazing using less products, less makeup, and less time. So I like to show you new ways of doing things or a different way or something new to try, but not creating more work. I hope that makes sense. Give me a hands in the air. Is there a button for that? Give me a thumbs up and a heart. Thumbs up and a heart if that makes sense. Jeannie says, I saw a makeup artist put a white eyeshadow on a dark sparkly color on top. Purpose of white. I saw a makeup artist put a white eyeshadow and then a dark sparkly on top. Oh, okay. So what that is, if they did like a white, a lot of makeup artists will do an all over color first because it creates some slip. If they put a white and then a dark color on top, it could be to maybe not be as intensified or to lighten the color a little bit. But normally what I find, if it was just a plain white eyeshadow and then something dark and sparkly on top, it's to create some slip when blending. Because some people think, and maybe that's their experience, that they will put an all over base color first and then do the eyeshadow, or do light to dark because it's easier to blend. However, I put on a concealer and then I powdered. No, this is how, if I put on a concealer and then I powder first, I sometimes start with my crease. It's all with that powder setting powder. It already creates the blending, and because our makeup is so high pigmented, it has that slip already. Make sense? All right. So now, so see how natural highlight, bam, bam, bam. I think I'm going to still contour. I was going to go in and contour with the matte bronzer because I do love that. But I am going to contour with the Cut 1 palette. And so now I'll go back and I'm going to do some color, a pop of color underneath my eyes. And this is going to give me that reverse liner look. Now, again, how thick you do it, how colorful you do it, whatever the case may be, is up to you. And so you can do this reverse liner look with a bronze. You can do this reverse liner look with a brown. You can do this. It doesn't have to be like crazy colors, okay? I'm doing it for a holiday look. And so that's why I'm going to do some color. So I'm looking through our click and play. And so like if you were going over to families for dinner or having a night out, whatever, or office party or whatever the case may be, you could do something that maybe went with the dress, went with the Christmas colors, whatever the case may be. So some fun colors that I have in here is this one right here. This is Emerald. And this one would be even fun as well. This is Core, which has that kind of red undertone. And then we have Iris, which is the purpley. And then I also have this green, which is Cardamom. Is that right? I don't have my glasses on. Her. There's even the gold one, the antique gold looking one that we have, that is this one right here. And this, whoops, this is Spark. This one is also a cool one in that citrine. I like this color. I didn't think I would like this color, but you know, I like this color. But even if you went with a darker, like wanted it a little bit more neutral, and I'm doing a shimmer too. This one is Gunmetal. That would be a fun one. You could do a matte. You for sure could do a matte. This one is Spice. So those would be good neutral ones to do. So again, it all depends on what level of fun you're at. Or, you know, what you're going to be comfortable with. So I'm going to go in. I don't know. I haven't used, my go-to would be this purple because I love that purple. And with my green eyes, it would pop. But this is not one of my go-to colors. And so I'm going to use this one. Now I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush because I want it a little bit thicker. And I'm going in using my little mirror. And then again, I don't have to swipe. I can just tap it into place. Just like so. And just tapping it into place is going to save you a little bit of, if there's any fallout, you're able to kind of avoid that. That's kind of cool. Can y'all see it? Now it is, the purple is really cool. Now with this, I love it. It's not as bold as I want it. So I am going to mix a little bit of emerald in there. So I'm actually mixing the two together. I'm going boop, 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 boop. Okay. And then can you see what if it made a difference? And you guys know how I love to mix colors together. So I just wanted it a little bit deeper. And I did this look on a mom the other day, and because she wanted the like wing out, and I'm like, have you ever done a reverse liner? And what was funny is when I let her look, because we did, I think I even did a green. When she looked, she was like, ooh. And I'm like, let me put mascara on. Let me put the mascara on. Because putting the mascara on made a world of difference. Because why? It's bottom heavy right now. And that is not something that we're normally used to. This is a newer look or a newer trend. And so it's going to throw you off a little bit, possibly. So just know that. And then like, okay, let me finish the look and see if I still love it and see if I need to tweak it. It's easy to tweak if you needed to, because all I would need to do is go in with that color, do a little bit, maybe right here, and it would change it and I would be fine. But just remember, I still have lashes and the lashes and liner to put on, so it will even it out. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you. Is all this making sense? Say jingle bells. Type in jingle bells if it's making sense. How are you? Make sure there's no fallout underneath. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation. I haven't even done the foundation yet. I did do some highlights. I did, do this underneath. I did my eyes first because of the reverse liner and wanting to clean up anything that fell. Plus the fact I did the traditional concealer. So now I have my foundation. Starting 4 finger widths away, I'm going to start moving my stylus. Push the button lightly. When you're pressing down on that lever, on your trigger, you want to make sure to do it lightly. 9 times out of 10, when women get this home, they start putting it on like traditional makeup. Guys, that is not going to work. That is not going to work, okay? You need to make sure that you put it on like airbrush, and that means putting it on super light. There should be no dry time in between. I'm not in a race. My moves are deliberate. You're going to make big circles. T-zone, I can go up and down. Under my eyes, I can go up and down. But this time, I don't have to go up as much because I already have concealer on. So I just want to make sure to go to a little bit there to blend in and make that transition go naturally. All right. There's no sound of the makeup coming out. I can't feel the makeup. And so I know that I am out of foundation. At this point, I can look. Do I need more? No, I'm good with that coverage. And then I can move on. So now I'm going to take the Cut 1 palette and I'm going to contour. Contour. Right there. Marilyn, you did what and it made you look 90? Adding too much, applying it too much, pulling back on that trigger? Guys, Halloween is always a fun time to do some fun makeup. But if you've ever seen me do my Halloween looks, the one look that I do is an old lady. And that is exactly how I make it work. I make a scrunchy face and then I airbrush way too much, too fast, let it like pulling back too hard on that trigger because I do want it to look wrinkly and crinkly. So that is exactly how that happens, is we spray too hard, put too much, let too much out, pull back too hard on that trigger. and let too much makeup come out. And so, yes, you will look 90. All right, so look how I did the contouring. I still have that that highlight from my my concealer, but I love that. It gives you that soft look, and I love it. Now, because of this look and the bottom liner, I am going to apply the Airbrush Blush, and I'm going to move it up just a little bit. So I'm going to take my Breeze, shake it up, do my 2 drops, and then go in. Now the blush, I'm going to use high cheekbone, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Move my hair back. Where I'm almost giving myself a facelift because I'm like raising everything a little bit more. So the attention is going to be drawn here and up. Okay? And that's all I'm going to do. Oh, when you did traditional makeup, it made you look older? Is that what you're saying, Marilyn? All right, now let me grab my eyeliner, the 2-in-1 Smart Adhesive. Oh, we're going over. 2-in-1 Smart Adhesive. Get my lashes out. And then I'm going to put on the 2-in-1 Smart Adhesive, which has the magnetic properties, and it has the glue in there. So you get the double whammy hold. And then just tracing right at that lash line. And I don't want to do it too thick because I don't want to draw attention too far away from my that look that I'm doing. And now I'm going to grab my lash, wrong one. Eek. Holding it with my holder. Oh no, that was the right one. Ding dong. Ding dong, ding dong. And so I'm holding it with my holder and I'm going up. Can you do contouring with this as well? Yes, Nita. Yes, yes, and yes. So watch this. Watch how it just pops. On our lives, I've done both. Today, I just ended up doing it with our Cut 1 palette. But yeah, the matte bronzer is one of my faves, and you most certainly can. A lot of times, I'll even contour, highlight, blush first, and then do my foundation. Okay, so I got this a little bit too far over, so let me move that real quick. It wasn't, you want to line them up. Where'd my, oh, here they are. You want to line it up to the end first. I might need to put, I don't know, maybe not. And then pop that there, yeah. There we go. That's better. There we go. And then now I can go in. Do the 2-in-1 Smart Adhesive on my lid. I do pull it off. My end lashes go whoop, they flip. And so I do pull it off of that first. Put it in my holder. And then I'm going to pop this on. I don't know which way is easier for y'all to see. Maybe that is. Nope, I think I'm in the way. Let's try this. I don't know which way is easier. I'll get out of the way. There. Okay. Bam. So notice that I did grab my tweezers. I wish they would make these light tweezers. They're amazing holders. So you put the lash in there, pop it on, and you're good. But if I have to tweak it, I usually go back with my tweezers. But the only thing with the tweezers is it's metal. So those magnets will stick. So make sure you're far enough away so it doesn't pull them off. If that makes sense. All right. So what do y'all think of the reverse liner so far? Yeah. We like it? Now, I will say I feel like I need a little more because looking in the mirror or looking in the camera, I feel like the lash took a little bit of that away. Do y'all see this? Do y'all feel the same way? And it's okay if you don't, because it's makeup. It's all about your taste, right? So I can go back in. And this time I'm going to wet a brush. We're kind of covering a lot of different things today. I'm going to wet a brush, then put it in my liner or my eyeshadow. And I'm using the emerald because the emerald is a little darker. And Marilyn's like, no, you look good. And I'm going to show y'all the difference here. I just wet the tip of the brush a little bit and applied that on this eye. Now, some of you would be fine with this. And this is a good look. There's nothing wrong with this. But if I wanted to intensify it a little bit, I can lightly wet the brush. And I'll show you real quick. Just tap it in. So I have that there. So it makes it almost a gel. And it will deepen that color. Like so. Okay? Not a big change, but for me, this is more of what I like. Some of you, again, would have stopped maybe there. Maybe you wouldn't even add lashes. Maybe you would have just done mascara. But notice how the mascara makes a difference. Where before I felt I needed to go in and do a little bit of my crease to deep, like to make me feel more comfortable, basically. And now I don't. Now I don't feel that way. And it's probably because of the lash. Where I don't, I feel like, hey, there's enough going on. And if, hello, Allison. And if I want to just there, then I'm good. All right. So now I'll finish off with I'm going to go super, super natural with the lip. So I'm going to go with Loyal. Make sure it's in here. My daughter likes this color too. So I'm going to go in here. And do a little bit of some neutral lip. Now, I wouldn't even do mascara on the bottoms because I feel like that would take away from that reverse liner and take away from that color. And so I'm just going to leave it as is right there. So there you go, guys. There is our fancy holiday reverse liner look. And I hope you learned some new stuff today. We talked about a lot of different things. You wouldn't think there would be anything new to talk about after doing these for so long, but there's always new stuff to talk about when doing makeup. So love that y'all are here. Love that that you have so much good input. I love it. Thanks for the great ideas of what we're going to be doing. Some new ideas for some looks or some the difference between this and this. I love that. And so you'll be seeing those coming in, and let me know some more. All right. All right, guys, have a wonderful Tuesday, and we will see you back here tomorrow for our hump day for our Wednesday. All right, see you soon. Bye for now.